Hi, this is Marco with Learn Guides, and in this video we're going to do a very quick intro to HTML and writing your first HTML document. So to write an HTML document, you don't need any special software. In fact, I'm just going to use Notepad. So I'm going to open up Notepad here. If you don't have it here, then in Windows, on the bottom left where it hits search, just type in Notepad and hit enter, and Notepad will open up right there. And so right here we can start writing just some quick HTML. What I'm going to do is I'm going to write an H1 tag, and I'm going to use an angle bracket. So what I type in Windows is a shift and then I hit the comma key, and that will type an opening angle bracket. You can do the same thing on a Mac, shift and then angle bracket, and then I'm going to type H1 for a first level header, and I'm going to hit shift period key to close the bracket, and then I'll type in hello world. That's pretty standard for learning a new language. And where the H1 starts, we need to end it. So I'm going to hit the shift comma key again and hit a slash, which is the key right before the right side of the keyboard, the shift. It's the slash with the forward slash. It's a slash with the question mark on top of it. And we'll hit H1 again, and then we're going to close it by hitting shift and then the period key again. And the H1 is a first level header, which means it's the largest header. To do a slightly smaller header, we can do H2. So let's do that. We're going to do H2, and we can type in hello world again. This is so that you'll be able to see the size difference between the two world. And then we're going to end it with an H2. And let's do it again. Hit a new line. We'll hit shift and then comma key, H3, close it, and then we'll hit hello world, and then hit close it with H3. And in fact, you know what else I'm going to do? I'm actually going to go up here and I'll hit H1 or header 1. So this is where you'll know the size. Header 2, header 3. We can do it again. Header 4. It goes all the way to 6, so I'm just going to fly through these. Hello world. Header 4. In fact, you know what? I can actually copy these, paste them, and then just make a small change. So header 5, header 5, header 6. This way we can just fly right through this. Header 6. And then we're going to save this. So I'm going to hit File, Save As. Now in Windows this is interesting. So you need to make sure that when you save as the file type .html. So when you save file type as, you'll see a .txt here. You need to click that and then change it to all files. And then in the file name, what I do is I do a quote, which is a shift and then quote, and I type index.html. You don't have to call it index, you can call it anything you want. Index.html, and I end the quote. What this does is it tells Windows to save it as exactly as you type it, index.html. If you don't put the quote there, then what may happen is Windows will append a .txt at the end of it, or .rtf or .doc. But if you put the quotes around it, it will save it exactly as that, as long as you have saved it as the file type all files, and not as text. If you save it as text, it could append a .txt at the end of it. So just to make sure, we'll do all files. We'll save. Oops. See? It doesn't like that. Let's do that again. Great. So now it's saved in Notepad as a .html file, and because .html is associated with Chrome on my computer, you see that I can open it up with Chrome. So I can just double click it and we'll see what that looks like. So you'll see right here, this is the HTML document that we typed up. This is what we did in Notepad, and this is right here what it looks like, what our web page looks like in Chrome. This is the size of this is a level 1 header. This is the level 2 header. So you see here, that's at level 1 is up here, level 2, level 3, level 4, all the way down to level 6, which is quite small. So later on, we'll be adding more tags and you know, making an appropriate document here. But this is just to give you a quick start on how to make a very quick web page in HTML with Notepad.